As we say, critical to being a leader is self-awareness. So College Dunya have initiated a program or Thoughts on Education where we persuade the thoughts over education and institute to general audience. For the purpose today, here with us we have Dr. Kulwant Singh. He is the Deputy Director of ESEL as well as the Associate Professor of Electronic Department in Manipal University. It's so nice to have you here with us, sir.
Thank you so much.
So, sir, for the interview purpose, first I would like to ask you that you have held a key position at Education Institute throughout your professional career. What are the key factors that keep you connected with the education sector?
Yeah, so Minal, as you know that from beginning actually, in fact, if you see during my graduation onward, I'm interested in teaching field, right? So generally people used to tell your profession is by choice or by chance. Actually, I am by choice in this field. Perfect. So what I feel always, during my student life itself, I always was missing actually proper guidelines. Sometimes you like to some faculty, sometimes you are very well connected some faculty, you can understand what he or she is delivering to you, but sometimes you are missing the concept as well, right? So I feel that I may be a good mentor for a new generation. So from beginning actually I focus to guide and to start to teach. In fact, I will tell I mentor to my younger brother and sister, they also did the doctor from IITs later on.
Yes.
Right. So this is my hobby, I can say.
So next, I would like to ask you, when you first came to college, what was your vision and how you are trying to achieve the same?
Minal, frankly, I'm saying when I just was in graduation, I was looking for an admin job like bureaucrats and, but later I realized that you have not much freedom in that field. You have to just follow what the norms is set on you, right? You have to follow. But in academic is the field, there is a no boss. You are on boss, you can think yourself and you can mentor and you can generate a lot of bureaucrats, lot of the leaders in fact in your life, right? So after graduation, just I started to think about, my field is electronics engineering and I started how research started, people, how they developed this device, how they did, advancement in science. So slowly I started to motivate in this field. And, electronics is a, green area nowadays, every people are using. And in fact, here you can see, we are talking with the communication, obviously depends on electronics and all. So this is the physics is a root for the any electronics industry. So slowly I started to enjoy this passion and started to do the research, and that research, what I'm trying to understand, try to convert to the student as well.
So we have seen the MSMEs increase in India. So I would like to ask you, how do the practice of ESEL enhances the skills of students to expose them to the real world challenges?
Very, very good question you have asked. In Manipal University, we have ESEL and as well as we have AIC also, Atal Innovation Center here. What I realized actually, I will tell you, Minal, when I was pursuing my doctorate in from NIT Calicut, obviously. At that time, I was associated with CSI laboratory also. What I realized, I think that answer will be very clear once I will explain this example. What I realized, we are focusing on one problem, right? One problem, we are trying to solve that problem only. But if you have to convert into prototype, so lot of field will involve, right? So for example, I was trying to develop the device packaging, but I feel device cannot package properly unless we have not such equipment. So you will surprised to know, facing the problem in packaging of my device, me and my colleague actually planned to develop the new complete machine because that was not available in India, or in fact, not India. In fact, people were not feel that such kind of packaging possibilities may be done up to the temperature. Actually, we were facing the problem temperature. So 250-degree temperature based machine is available in the market that can help us, right? So we started to interact with the mechanical engineer. We started to interact with different domain peoples. And finally, we developed one machine itself. And in 2016, we established one of our own company, Solid Block Semiconductor Solution Private Limited, and we launched that product and sell out to CSI laboratory. But what realized? I am scientist, I am the researcher, I am academician, but I cannot do the marketing. Got it?
Yes,
So
I understand.
then we thought, so what we are doing in ECEL or Manipal, frankly, I'm saying, student from any domain, actually, they may be from finance, they may be from fashion design, they may be from the mechanical engineering, computer science engineering, IT engineering, or electronics, electrical, whatever the things. They can register here as a pre-incubation. We will do. They can register here for pre-incubation purpose.
Okay.
So what we used to do, we used to identify what technical support they require. Technical support means as per their prototype. If suppose that they are looking some, startup for the software-based company, obviously they require the computer science expert person. How commercialization can happen. So we used to provide the mentors from the commerce department, economics department, finance department itself, right? So 2 mentors we used to provide them without any additional financial liability to them, free of cost. In fact, we are also providing the office space here. Yeah. So this part ECEL is doing. And what I did actually, incubation period is defined in many universities for 6 months or 1 year, right? Like, that for a baby, incubation is 9 months is required to grow. And after then, some feeding is also required by mother. So here, what is the concept? Till the student is in ECEL, that means till the student is in Manipal, student, we will provide the complete time period as a pre-incubation. After then, if suppose that they have such confidence, company is registered, prototype is ready, and we can provide the launching platform with the government. Many policies are there, and with very good platform we can launch. And after then, they can go for the support if they passed out to the AIC. So this culture we try to develop for the student in Manipal University through the ECEL.
Okay. So next, since we are talking about ECEL, so what are some approaches you are currently working on to meet the requirement of students in ECEL?
Yeah. So I'm telling you, in ECEL, in fact, students are engaged as per their domain. Suppose that some students are from design department, they are obviously doing, fashion design related startups. Computer science, they are looking some, app development, software developments related startups. And one student from mechanical, they are looking basically, machinery development. But parallelly, as of you will ask about myself, I'm focusing on 2 major areas. Number 1 is energy storage device technology. Second one is healthcare device technology. Correct. When you're talking about energy, we are seriously working on that. In future, people are talking about e-vehicle. Once you are talking about e-vehicle, today's requirement is fast charging and long durability, right? I mean, what are the distance can be covered by the vehicle, right? Same time, I'm also working how battery can be disposable. So one startup is launched by the BTech Electrical Engineering here on energy storage device technology. Parallelly, I'm working on healthcare. As I told that healthcare is a demand nowadays. So flexible healthcare sensors we are trying to develop, and I'm happy to inform you in my lab, one project from the DST by Women Scientist Fellow schemes is there, BOSHA. That one project also we received flexible sensors for liver function test, like we are looking for prototype development. So these 2 major areas we are focusing right now in Manipal University.
Okay, sir. So what are your views upon the placement or higher education according to the industry standards? Like, what should be done?
Yeah, perfect. What I'm doing here, actually, if you will ask my alignment, frankly, I'm saying I'm mentoring to students more, for manufacturing expert, more R&D experts. So sometimes they require to learn more. So sometimes, BTech education is not completely sufficient. They need to have a good experience in the device manufacturing field. So I'm promoting always for higher study. So if you see nowadays, my students in USA, my students in Germany and UK, many places they have already are doing the master as well as they are associated with Intel like industry as well. And second, you're talking about the placement. Yes. Some of the students, if really they want to contribute directly immediately to industry. So microelectronics industry and mechatronics field, you can say MEMS and or sensor actuator field, smart automation is always required. So some of the students are also ready for the industry need. So what is my message? If you see, once I'm talking in my class, I'm talking, please don't feel you are a student. Feel you are the trainee, engineering trainee. You will feel
Yeah.
you are engineer, you will behave like that, you will develop yourself like that. That means in general, people used to tell there is no much value of engineer nowadays. What I am telling, this is totally wrong, because we are not creating the engineer. That's why engineer degree people are not having the value. If you are able to create the engineer, we have the requirement, because we are all end user who will do the product development, who will do the R&D. So engineers definitely highly demand people are there, but we have to create engineers.
Yes, sir. So at last, I would like to ask if you have any suggestions for our current youth and aspiring students.
Yeah. So my suggestion is always, I used to talk in my class also, please, walk parallel with the problem. Don't think always what this problem is that we have to run away. Walk through the parallel problem, and if you will observe what is the problem, once you will find out the solution, you are the great engineer. Right? So this philosophy has to follow by every engineer, not only every engineer, every academician also. Might be if you are in social science persons. So you can see the problem in your area. Fashion design, they can see the problem in their areas, right? So please try to identify problem. Never try to identify first solution. First try to identify problems, then walk parallel to the problem. Once you will find out the solution, you will feel confident that you have given this solution. And this is my suggestion to all, young mindsets, students or entrepreneurs.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being here, sir.